but talking of the Daily Star, suddenly reminded me. I spent Christmas in Oxford with a friend for various reasons, and we went for a walk on Christmas Day evening, I think. And as we went past Blackwell's bookshop, there was a massive stack of newspapers that had clearly been delivered and then not picked up over the Christmas period, and they were all out of date. So we thought, well, to save them going for waste, let's bring them home and have a massive news orgy and feel like David Mitchell. So we took all these things home, and there was everything, like from the Indie to the Guardian to the Star to there would have been the News of the World, but it wasn't there, to the Sun, everything, you name it was there. And so we devised, you can tell we had too much free time, we devised an enormous chart with various subcategories that we expect, like of cliches that we expected to come up in the different newspapers. So, for instance, people in rectangular rimmed glasses, tits for the Daily Star. You couldn't make it up. ...
Do you ever feel
cute animals?
Do you ever feel like our sort of most of our anecdotes could be prefixed with the term "You know you're an Oxford student when"?
I think it was very entertaining. And we went through all these things. So we had certain newspaper specific ones. So for the Guardian, it was wall charts and like patronising the poor. I really wish I had it with me actually, because it's in one of my notebooks and I've taken to carrying it around, and I was very proud of it. We spent a fantastic afternoon just ticking all these things off, and the most impressive of all was the Daily Star. It had like a record, put one newspaper like 38 different pairs of tits, which is quite impressive.
Really?
Yeah. The Daily Mail, unfortunately,
are we including
only 12 references to immigrants.
Are we including the Daily Star's journalists in that?
Would that we were, Ben. Would that we were. But no, it was a very, very enjoyable afternoon, was that. But yes, before we wrap up this little section, do check out Keith Chegwin in Macbeth, because it's quite an interesting view. Yeah.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we should point out that after the next song, we have a special guest.
Very special guest. I think we're both, safe to say, very excited.
Yeah.
His name is Javier, and he is the shyest man in the South Oxfordshire area. So we're very much looking forward to that.
Shyest man in South Oxfordshire.
Yeah, so superlative, you know.
Yeah. Shyest. Not the second shyest, not the third.
No. Not even the 15th.
The first shyest.
How shy do you reckon you are compared to everyone else in the South Oxfordshire area, Ben?
I would say I'm probably 1,925th.
Alright.
Actually, probably a bit more than that. 1,926. What about you?
I'm not sure. I think the last poll I was something similar to that. But the 1,427th guy I think is a right dick, so I'd be quite happy to oust him just to upset him, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's maybe time for another song where we get our special guest ready. We've just been looking after him in the green room. He's been sipping some pre-show Horlicks, as is his wont.
Yeah. If you're a guest on our show, you get free Horlicks. You don't get that on Jonathan Ross, do you? Free Horlicks.
I'm trying to find... I appear to have lost our... Where's all our music gone? I lined all the music up for the show and it's gone. You'll have to bear with me.
Oh, bloody music. It's always doing things like that, isn't it?
Oh, we had London Calling all lined up for you.
Professionalism right here.
Yeah.
Guys, we don't just break the 4/4. We smash it with a hammer.
We make a crumble out of it. Eat that crumble. Here we go. London Calling by The Clash. Absolute classic, and we're going to play that for you now.
If you've never heard of it, stop listening to us. We don't want you.
Spoiler alert. Hi, welcome back. You're listening to Procrastinators Anonymous with myself and Ben and Javier, the shyest man in the South Oxfordshire area. Yes. Javier, it's a really big honour to have you here today.
Yeah. So, Javier, what's it like being the shyest man in the world? Javier?
I'd imagine it's quite it's probably quite nerve-wracking coming on here. We totally understand, but you know we're all friends here. I was quite shy in school. Like I totally understand.
I know there's thousands of listeners listening, but I'm sure you can.
I wouldn't go so far as thousands.
Maybe millions, I suppose.
Maybe.
Well, he's ladies and gentlemen, Javier. I'm sure he has. I'd say his eyes are giving answers to these questions.
Yeah, I really wish we could stream some sort of visual feed to your homes, because you really wouldn't need Javier to say anything if you could just look into those deep caramel-coloured irises of his. But sadly, the pictures aren't always better on the radio, are they, Javier?
As he sits around in the corner in the fetal position, rocking backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
I suppose in retrospect, he's just probably a bit shy. Seeing as he's
one might almost say we should have thought about this before we booked him, but
yeah.
You know, we're quite pressed for
Tell you what, I'll go poke him a bit later, and I'll see if I can get him to make some noise.
Yeah, maybe we'll leave Javier for a while. Warm up a little bit. I mean, it's quite daunting. I completely understand. You know, it's not like it's a low budget student radio show or anything, and it's not like you should man the hell up. But anyway,
high budget student radio show.
Yeah. Well, would you like a mint, by the way?
Pardon?
Would you like a Treebor extra strong mint?
I don't think it's very professional. I'll have one anyway, for the break.
Because I'm sorry to share this with you, listeners. My breath today, rank, absolute rank.
I'm really confused. Is this? Why are we?
Maybe Javier would like one. Might loosen him up.
Yeah. Should we offer Javier?
It's just interesting. This happened last Tuesday as well. I brushed my teeth. My breath's just gone funny. Anyway.
What?
I don't know.
I haven't noticed, to be honest.
Good job the listeners can't either.
Yeah, fortunately, those of you,
Minty fresh.
most of you, our statistics show us that most of you don't have smell-o-vision, so you have no idea, really.
I find smell quite an unpleasant sense.
Really? What if it's like baked dough, freshly baked dough? Food. You can appreciate food if you don't.
I quite like, but that's more to do with taste. I'm kind of anticipating the taste. I find smell a bit. I have a sort of strange thing. A lot of my senses are kind of linked in. So especially my visual sense. So if I hear things and smell things, I tend to see them as well.
Really?
And so certain strong smells tend to conjure up images in front of my face that I can't get rid of. So for instance, quite like a sewagey kind of unclean loo smell puts like a horrible filter in front of my face, and I can't. It's really seriously, it's really unpleasant.
Basically, so synesthesia, basically.
Well, I guess it's synesthesia. I don't know how you can get diagnosed for it.
I think you can just go to a doctor and be like,
doctor, I can see a pair of curtains.
The hilarious thing though was that, the most terrifying thing I've heard about synesthesia is, a friend of ours, whose name I just mouthed to Claire.
Yeah.
But you don't know what I mouthed because
Geraldine,
you're just
Geraldine.
a listener. But constantly goes on about the fact they're synesthetic. They have synesthesia. That is, they make senses. So I inquired as to, well, what do you mean? So you see, do you see sounds as colours, whatever? This guy says no. It's like, for example, he says, I think that tomatoes, to me, they taste. They're the colour associated. He says tomatoes to me taste like what I would call red water. I was like, okay, he goes,
cool.
And any other example? He goes, I would say it's completely true. He says, I would say that
I'm losing a lot of respect for this person.
For example, apples, green apples to me taste like like green water. Like lettuce, I think it tastes like green water.
Ribena, kind of like a purpley water.
So like, do you think that you're associating this comes from the fact that those things are that colour and that
are those things?
And he was just like, no, it's completely different. It's not completely different.
I'm going to have words with you, this person. Some of us have to picture a steaming dog turd every time we smell an overflowing loo. All the time. We can't picture anything else.
And I'm very new. There's always new things to learn.
I know. Well, there are cool aspects to it too, because when I think about days of the week and numbers and things, I have like a colour wheel in my head, which is quite exciting.
Really?
Yeah. So actually, if you go on the Wikipedia page for synesthesia, it's very similar to what the person's done a drawing of. Like they asked the synesthete to draw what they think what they see when they think about placing numerical things, and it's kind of like that. It's like a sort of long snakes and ladders board almost, and certain things light up depending on which date you want to place. So it's quite useful for like history exams and stuff, because you can place it by colour and then by number.
What colour is Tuesdays?
Yellow, like pale yellow, but in French it's blue.
What? Oh, the word you mean?
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. What's it? Lundi, Maldi. No, Maldi. Yeah. Really
interesting stuff. Anyway, let's not linger over this, but it's an interesting thing. And pity me every time I have to smell something unpleasant. This is why I find the sense of smell a bit overpowering.
I'd say Sunday's a yellow day, but I think that's because it has the word sun in it.
Yeah,
might be what's tricking me.
It could be. Well, a lot of it is involved with things like that, like the tomato in the red water thing. There's definitely something like that.
Completely true, by the way. I'm not making that up.
Oh, God.
Genuinely refuses to accept he is not a synesthetic.
No.
But he will remain nameless.
Yeah.
But not for
us, because we're going to snigger about him as soon as we play the next song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't you just wish? I'd hate to listen to this show just on the basis that, while it would be so entertaining, it would just be so frustrating that you weren't here with us,
No.
being a part of this amazing thing.
Well, also, you wouldn't be able to experience Javier, because he's still not feeling like saying anything.
Yeah, he's currently rolling around on the floor looking, shaking and looking very timid. Well, I'd say he's quite shy.
I think he's calmed down. Like, Javier, why don't you, you could at least sit in front of the microphone, just like acclimatise yourself with it. I mean,
Nope, it's not
We
doing
are
it.
paying you $7.50 an hour to appear on
Hey,
this
well, I'll go
show.
kick him during the next song.
Oh, that might
Um,
reduce him further into his shell.
It's an experiment. We'll find out. I'm gonna go kick him during the next thing. We'll see what happens.
Okay.